Hey y'all, this is Felicia again with The Book Is Done. I'm telling you, I'm knocking them out. Bow, 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 knocking them out. And so, again, my name is Felicia with The Book Is Done, doing these lovely book reviews about what I've read last month. The previous two videos was talking about The Wife Upstairs by Frida McFadden, the Off the Deep End by Lucinda Berry, Wonderland, and Jar of Hearts, both by Jennifer Hillier. So the two really won, but the two that I'm going to be talking about now is a book that I actually just finished today. Ward D by Frida McFadden. Told you, I'm a Frida reader. I still have a few more of her books to read, like The Ex, Baby Don't Cry. I think that's the name of the book. The Ex, Want to Know a Secret. I think it's like four or five more. That at Suicide Med is several more that I have to read. And then she's coming out with another new book in August. Super geeked. And then I think she may be coming out with another one in December. This one was just released last Tuesday. I had it on pre-order as soon as she said we could pre-order it. Like, huge fan. So this book right here, I kept reading. I mean, the fact that Frida wrote the book, I was going to get it anyway. I don't care what others say. Like, I was going to get the book. So this particular book, I can understand why there were mixed reviews about it. It was still good, still a thriller, still a mystery, still trying to figure out what's going on. Amy is a medical student who is in her second year of med school. And she is assigned to a psychological ward called Ward D, excuse me. And she is like purified. I'm tired, y'all. She is petrified to stay in this all night. She has to stay in there all night. I want to say from like 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. And she is like super paranoid. And so come to find out, her best friend, or her old best friend, is there, Jada. She is there, and she said she was there years ago, but nobody really knew. So it went back and forth between Amy and present day Amy 8 years prior. So it explains a relationship that her and Jada had. They were in high school. Think they, what she say, they're 24 now, so this had to be like 12. And so it explains their history, their friendship. They had a really good friendship. Amy was horrible at math, and Jada was like this math whiz, but Jada wanted to go, not to say be around the wrong crowd, but she wanted to get high on marijuana. She wanted to go out and party, steal, all this kind of stuff. And Amy was just not about that. She was like, I want to go to med school. And she's thinking about all of this in high school, and she's like, I want to go to med school. I want to be successful. I can't do, all of these things that you want to do. Like, this is dangerous stuff. And so, excuse me, so it tells a story about how Amy is in this lockdown facility, and Cameron is there with her, who happens to be her ex-boyfriend. And he literally dumped her because he's in med school as well. He literally dumped her like right before an exam was supposed to start. And his excuse was that he needed to focus on his studies. But she feels salty. She feels some kind of way about it. And I guess long time ago, Jada had her best friend, Amy's best friend, Jada, had been locked away in a psych ward because her behavior had just was off the fly, just crazy. And she was in there for something. They wouldn't explain what it is that she did until like almost the end of the book. So they're in this psych ward. Amy is freaking out. There's no reception, and they were saying, you just have to make it through the night. And she's scared because she knows that Jada is in this psychological ward. And so, excuse me, it's different people that you come across. Dr. Ward, hold on. I don't believe it's Dr. Ward. I'm sorry. Dr. Ward, Dr. Beck. Dr. Beck is one of the attending physicians that's there all night. And they are just there in the ward. And there's several patients he was seeing, Dr. Ward was saying, Dr. Beck was saying to Cameron and Amy, you know, look at these charts, you know, get to know these people, you know, while you're in here. You know, I don't know if psychiatry is for you, but, you know, this is just something that's part of your program. So Cameron wants to be, you know, an orthopedic surgeon. And she said he was a suck up. So one by one, people started missing. You had Will, you had Dan, Spider Dan. He believed that he was Spider-Man. And these are people who are dealing with schizophrenia, who are dealing with bipolar, things of that nature. You had Mary. I want to say she had dementia. And they all did something that just wasn't right. There was an older man named Clint. And then there was another one where they were saying, you know, he's going to kill us. He's going to kill us tonight. And, you know, just be careful. Just be careful of him. I'm trying to find the person, because when I tell you Mr. Sawyer, they said be weary of Mr. Sawyer, because Mr. Sawyer is going to kill all of us. And they were just like, no, he's, you know, Damon Sawyer. Damon Sawyer, he's locked up. You know, he's in a room in which you need a separate code to get out. And one by one, patients started disappearing. Like, different stories you didn't know who to believe, because they're all dealing with a, you know, diagnostic type disorder, or psychological disorder. And you don't know who to believe. And so the book in and of itself, of course, her best friend Jada, she comes across Jada, and Jada just shady boots as always. But like, the thing is that Amy, just random times, this little girl would just pop up. It was only Amy that could see this little girl. And so you know, Amy would tell, or the little girl would tell her to do different things. And Amy was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So I guess people on the outside could say that she was a goody two shoes or whatnot. But she wanted to get into medical school. So, in all things with Ward D, it was a good book. Don't get me wrong. It was a good book. I would say it was like a strong 3, because I put it on Goodreads. I'm on Goodreads as well, under the book is done. So you can follow me there as well. But, I gave it a 3. I wasn't blown away. I don't feel like the storyline was rushed or anything, or written in a rush. Frida did an amazing job as always. I just feel like there was not a connection, because the book that was released before Ward D was The Housemaid's Secret, and that was earlier this year. I want to say in April, either March or April, I can't remember. Housemaid's Secret blew my socks off. They still rolling down the street. Like, The Housemaid's Secret is, of course, the sequel to The Housemaid. It could be works of her working on the 3rd one, but I mean, that won't be until next year, even 2 years from now. But she hasn't ruled that possibility out, because I'm part of her group on Facebook. So super geeked about that. But Ward D, I'm not ranting and raving about this one. And it made me a little sad, but I mean, still doesn't change my outlook. I'm still a Frida reader. So, yeah, Ward D, it was okay. It was a nice little read. Check it out. See for yourself. It says USA Today best-selling author, but like literally maybe 2 days after this was released, she was New York Times bestseller for The Housemaid. So she is a New York Times selling best author. So major props for that. So Ward D, available only on Amazon. Go check it out. Love it. So this is something that I'm super excited about. And please forgive the cover, because this was like a draft. I got like the first dibs on the book. This is a book that's actually a journal. My Getting Through It journal by Solo Writes. Solo Writes this is the second book that she has written. The first one is called Peace and Letting Go. And that's a short read as well. I think it's less than 100 pages. But They're both on Amazon, and I think Peace and Let It Go is available on Barnes & Noble as well. But my Getting Through It journal, it literally has journal entries where, of course, each entry has like an introduction. It has something to say about that particular journal, or that particular entry. I cannot talk. It's time to go to bed, and plus I don't feel all my best. But it's a list of different titles and subjects where you can some just have like a title and it just has a little bit of, you know, dialogue with it. It's not like a story or anything. It's legit like a journal. It has lines in here in which you can write about how you're feeling about that particular journal or about that particular topic. My Getting Through It journal is a really, really good one. Even if you don't want to write in the journal, the topics are good. It makes you think. It makes your wheels turn. I would say it's definitely like an encouragement, motivation, you know, get the weight off your chest type journal, where, you know, who doesn't like the journal? Who doesn't like to write about what's going on? There's so much going on in the world. Why not write about it? You know what I mean? And so it talks about different topics, you know, just getting through the day and, you know, grief and all this kind of stuff. So go check it out. It's amazing. Like I said, ignore this part because this was like the draft part of it, or the first part. But My Getting Through It journal by Solo Writes. Check it out on Amazon. She's an amazing person. I would recommend that and anything that she does to anybody. So that's all that I have for tonight. Seems like it's kind of short, but the videos have all been the same. So if you have a chance, feel free to check me out on Instagram, Goodreads, and of course YouTube at The Book Is Done. I will probably mess around with me. I will be finished with Little Secrets by Jennifer Hillier probably in like a day or two. I'm also reading Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney, or by Alice Feeney rather, and then Hidden by Kendra Elliott. So I think I'm gonna start that tonight as well. A lot of good books. I have so many on my to be read list. So many in my wish list. But let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your thoughts are about these books that I talked about tonight, and let's have some conversation. Y'all have a good evening. This is Felicia with The Book Is Done, and I'm out.